Okay, we're on our Thursday Healy user group for November 4th of 2021. So welcome everyone. And Judy, I'm thinking if I understand it right, I'll just kind of see if I can, between John and I, we can figure out what that might be.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So first of all, I am Tammy Stuber Lippert, and I'm kind of your host for tonight, as John is at another seminar. And so I'm just looking forward to chatting with some of you on, as we always do, and share a little bit of information once we kind of get into questions. One bad thing is I was hoping that Kara was going to be on, and she maybe is going to come on soon, but if I need to demo something, my mirroring is not working. I just tried everything I could before we started so that I could show you my Healy screen, and it's not showing up. But I did have a couple of other videos that I wanted to share, just little video clips that I thought were really interesting, and I'm not sure that many of you have seen that. And kind of wanted to, if there was time, talk a little bit about the PINK programs, because I know that I talk to a lot of the users that I work with, and they almost solely work on the Blue app. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about more what the PINK app does and how it's different and how they're both very important. And so how many of you how many of you use the PINK app on a regular basis? So how many, first of all, let's back up and backtrack. How many have the PINK app?
I do.
Okay. And there's a lot of people without their videos on, but how many have the Blue? Do all of us have the Blue?
Yes.
Okay, so we all have the Blue and we do have the PINK. Okay, because that makes a difference. So how many use the PINK app on a daily basis? For the most part, I know there's some exceptions, I'm sure, but you try to. Okay. And I assume you also use the Blue app about daily or as often, right? Okay.
Yes.
So there's just a little bit I'm going to review. Are there any questions or comments people have on the PINK app before I kind of go into a little bit of a story on that? Okay. Judy?
Yeah. I have some animals that I'm working on, and it requires just 12 minutes of time when I muscle test.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to run a PINK app that might be 60 minutes long and just run it for 12 minutes? Am I missing out on something?
I want to say that is just fine. What it does, I believe, is it runs the frequencies and then does a loop and a loop and a loop. And I can't exactly say how long one full loop takes, but I don't think it takes 12 minutes just for one loop. So I'm guessing that the 12 minutes is getting multiple loops of the same frequencies. And so I do not believe that you're missing anything.
Okay.
Because I think it does it for a short interval and then it switches to the next. And I think it's like 30 seconds or maybe it's even less. And then it'll keep switching frequencies. So it doesn't run one frequency for a super long period of time, but then it runs them and then it starts at the beginning and runs them again.
Oh, so that would be the hertz that are changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
So, and you're doing it on the Blue, because you need the special pet package for the PINK app for the pets. Is that, so you must be doing, well, no, you're doing the PINK on it then. Well, how do you use it then? Are you using just the sticky pads then? For a
No, I'm
pet?
using the coil.
Oh, you're using the coil. Okay. Okay.
Can I ask what apps you're using for the pet?
Well, the animal.
So you
Um,
have to get the pet package, like Tammy said?
No,
No?
no. Animal is available.
Animal?
Well, I guess it depends on what you have.
Well, I
Yeah,
have the pink app.
Let me
I
see.
was under the understanding that you get the animal package in the blue, but you don't in the pink, but I can't say that I'm 100% on that.
This isn't a package, it's part of the, I guess in residence, there's a choice in the listing of
Uh-huh.
animal.
Right, that's the blue, though.
Right, that's the blue. Okay,
That's the
Right.
blue.
But somebody also said, Ane said that you can use any of these on animals.
Oh,
It-
absolutely. I was just clarifying between pink and blue. Yeah, because you
Right,
need a special, you have to buy the pink pet frequencies ones, but you don't need for the blue. It's in the residence is blue. And so those they included in for some of the animal ones or the pet one.
right. But Ane said that you can use any of these programs on an animal. It's just you cut back the time, I guess.
Absolutely. Yep. No, that was, yeah, that's correct.
Any flesh and blood animal can use any of these.
So yeah, Rebecca, she was using it in the blue.
okay.
Yeah. And then what is the name? Let's see if I can, do you remember the name of the program or were you using, you weren't using any specific, you were doing a scan or what were you doing for your pet?
There's two of them. Okay, I gotta switch glasses, sorry.
All right. Might find it.
Well, I was using gold cycle programs and bio. Well, these are pink, sorry. Yeah, gold and bioenergetic vitalization came up for them when I just ran all
Okay.
healing.
Okay, so you did a scan and you just ran the scan ones. Because I believe, let me just look at mine, because there is a Healy Animal program also in the blue.
Yeah,
And it has 12 different programs too. But
correct.
like she said, you can do an all Healy scan on your pet too. You don't just have to stick the animal frequency, the animal program.
Here it
one.
is,
So,
Healy Animal Programs. There's 12 of
Yeah.
them.
Yep. And
So
but
what do
she
you do?
was
Put the
running-
pet's name in?
Yeah, you just list them as a client.
Mhm.
Okay,
And do a
Thanks.
picture and a,
thank you very
Energetic.
much.
I have a friend who has a dog up northern Minnesota, and he's been licking his leg to the point where it's almost to the bone. And it didn't dawn on me until recently that, I'll try this. And she said he stopped licking. And now he's still limping. It was so bad that now he's got medication, but he would lick the medication off. But now, because I'm sending these frequencies, he's not doing the licking anymore.
That is
So-
awesome. Now, Rebecca, from what I'm understanding from Judy, though, she's doing an all Healy scan on the pet, not just the animal program.
I run
Okay?
both. I run
Yeah.
both.
So know that you can run an all Healy scan and run the normal ones that come up on that, that you just don't have to stick to the animal one. Sometimes we think that we have to be in this box, right? And so, yeah, make
Aw.
sure that you can, look at.
So this is Daisy.
Hi,
And
Daisy.
I'm very new to this, okay? So I could just type in Daisy's name and do either a resonance analysis or an all Healy scan, and it would tell me what to play for Daisy.
Right. But
And then
put
how
in her-
close does it have to be to Daisy for her to get the frequencies?
do you have a coil?
Yes. I do, I have
Yeah.
a coil.
My friend is 200 miles away.
Wow. Daisy,
And you can just
Okay.
run the blue and it'll find Daisy wherever. So if you have
I'm
the
gonna run them. Thank you.
whatever you're running when you're running the blue, you want to have this and whatever you're running it on next to each other.
Right.
When you do the pink, like I say, so that this doesn't matter where it is in relation to the person. So when you're
Wait,
running
wait,
a regular
The
blue,
pink doesn't matter where you are?
pink it does, but blue it does not.
Okay, how close do you have to be for the pink? And I have the coil. I use the coil all the time.
Mhm. That has a little bit more of a radius, but ask Judy, what, have you been using the coil and actually having the animal way far away? You've been doing more of the blue, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 200 miles away. Now there's another dog. It's my son's ex it's their dog, but they share the dog. And so I have permission from him, but he's 1,000 miles away. I haven't had feedback yet on, any benefits, but this other dog 1,000 miles away, she's terminally ill. She's got, cancer and stuff. So I'm just trying to make her feel comfortable. So
Mhm.
when I get information on that, I'll share that.
Thank you.
Mhm. So
Tammy,
if you can keep,
when I'm using the pink programs for myself, how far away can I be from the coil using the pink programs?
you really should have it attached or within a few feet of you.
Okay, the thing broke off, and then at first I broke off the little, clicker thing that you hang on. So then I was going to use the lanyard, and sitting right here, I took the pin out and it dropped. Now
Mhm.
I have plain beige carpeting, but I don't know where that pin disappeared to, but it disappeared. And I have been down there with flashlights and everything, and I don't know where it happened. So I have to get a new clicker, a new, thingy, and then a new, I have to get that. I don't know how to do
You
that.
can actually buy that on the website.
You can?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least
thank
you used to be able to, yep, buy it's the little triangle and the screw.
Thank
You
you.
might try a magnet. I don't know if it's magnetized, but you might try a magnet.
I did. I tried a magnet on the end of my flashlight. I couldn't find it that way either. I tried
Okay.
everything. It literally disappeared. I don't know where it went. It'll show up one day, probably years from now. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you.
Anybody else have anything they want to share before I go into this video?
I used the pink app. I twisted or hyper extended my knee on Tuesday, and I put the pink app. I used the pain, 20 minutes on that, and then I also used connective tissues and I think that one, and then possibly bone and joints. In whatever, but I used and had it connected to just that knee. And that was on Tuesday. So I've done it Wednesday and today. And it's remarkable. My knee I can almost bend it normally. I mean, yeah, the inflammation is gone. The pain is, the big thing is the inflammation. So it was awesome to have it right away to initiate the solution or whatever before it got to be too bad or, started to heal without the help. So anyway, I was very happy.
That is a great story,
Good for
Julie.
you.
Good
So-
job. Way to put it in action and just sometimes we don't know what to run. So I've run into some people that they don't know what to run, so they don't run anything. And I just feel that you have to just intuitively or just look at something and say, hey, this is this is what I'm gonna try. And that's excellent, Julie. So that's
I agree.
exciting.
One more thing, I was supposed to get an upgrade November 1st. Me and I have to check with the people that actually sold the with that big promotion at the end of the month last month. If they
Mhm.
to get an upgrade, are you just supposed to be able to check for updates, or how do you get actual upgrades?
Yeah, I
That-
believe that that is how, but I usually, they had been sending some emails out, but the biggest thing is you don't have to do really anything. It'll just start showing up on your Healy.
Right, that's what I kind of thought, and I have yet to, I don't think I have what I'm supposed to have.
Okay.
So should I make, inquire about that in a service?
It wouldn't
situation?
hurt just to make sure. It's the 4th, so, but it is the middle of the week. So
Right,
I would think that business week wise, they would have gotten it done, but I would just put in a support ticket. And then I'm gonna make a note of that and check if I've seen anything on
Okay.
our feeds on that as well, because I think I have a couple other people that would have gotten that. So that's great.
Great.
Kudos to you, by the way, for earning that.
Yes, thank you. And then I had one more question, but it slipped my mind.
Okay,
It'll come back to me hopefully before we're done.
sounds good. Sounds good. Well, we talk about the pink and the blue, just to kind of review. The blue kind of works in the information fields, and the pink is actually working more on the cellular and physical field or physical body. And it uses microcurrents to deliver the frequencies to the body and the cell. And remember that a lot of how those frequencies travel through the body is through the water, or so you want to make sure that you're super hydrated when you're doing the pink. And even just, drinking down a good glass of water before sometimes can really, really help. And sometimes if you're having trouble getting it to, because remember that dot has to turn from black behind it to white behind it, and then you're getting a good connection and it's a good frequencies are going in properly. And if you have trouble, drink the water. If you have, put a little water on your finger and slip it under that bracelet right where that is and push down. Sometimes that will be enough to kind of get it rolling really good as well. So that's that. I found, have any of you seen the video about how the Healy can affect the blood? It's a really short one, but I think it's a really powerful one. So I'm going to see if I can, hopefully I have it up right and I can find that one really quickly. Let me just hop down for just a minute and see if I can quick pull it up.
Thank you.
Thought I had it ready, but it looks like it's not. So I'm just going to find it here quick. There we go. Okay, I should be. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pause it till I can get you to see it. Okay, let's try here. Why is not popping up here? Okay, guys, sorry, I can't get you back here. Okay, is that it? There we go. There we go. Now I think I can do it.
Good.
Maybe. It was just showing. Not that one. Okay, we'll go with this one, and I think it's on that. It's not. Shoot, this was supposed to go so smoothly. Okay, give me one more second. I can play the other one if I need to, but maybe I have to close a few windows because it won't show them. Okay, we're gonna do this. Now let's see. Did I lose you guys?
Nope, we're still here.
Okay.
We're multitasking.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna close this out and try to share now that I moved the screen around. Okay, let's share my screen. Okay. Does not want to show the right screen. So let me see if I switch it now. Did anything change? What are you seeing on your?
Healy frequency therapy effect on live blood.
Oh, yay, that's what I wanted. Okay, now everyone can see it?
I can see it.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Can't hear it, but I can see it. I don't know how you hear it.
can't?
It's not saying anything, but I can see it.
Okay,
Right, okay,
there's-
here's the voice. Let me see
Let
if
me
I can
try.
turn it up.
I'm gonna start it back. Okay, now could anyone else hear it or just Rebecca not hearing it?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, because there's a setting. I'm gonna share. There's a setting on share where it on the audio. So let me just see if I can find where that is. Here we go, share sound. Okay. Now let's try it again. See if I can get to the video that I want. Okay. We're gonna start again. You should be able to hear it now. Now I can't hear
What
any.
we have here is we have a lot of red blood
Go
cells that
on.
are stacked together in
Got
a
it.
formation called rouleau, where there's very poor circulation, very poor oxygen CO2 exchange. The red blood cells should be visible and separate like this one right here. Instead, they're stacked up. And there's multiple causes of that, including dehydration, poor digestion of protein, excess carbohydrates in the blood, sugars too high in the blood, and overall a low negative charge in the blood, where the potential, the zeta potential in the cells has been diminished, so cells just clump. Also, we have a lot of inflammation in the background. So you can see the sort of spider web formation in the background. That's inflammation. That can be caused by injury to the tissues. It can be caused by stress. It can be caused by liver not working properly and filtering the blood. Multiple causes of that too. Here we can see a very small white blood cell, actually. In the case of this blood sample, the person's white blood cells were too small. You can see this one here too. They should be 2 or 3 times the size of the red cells, and they're about maybe 1.5 times the size of a red cell. So they're not in ideal shape. So this is the picture of a sample of blood I looked at within the last week. So after that last sample of blood we looked at, the person did a 1-hour treatment with a frequency device called a Healy, which sends microcurrent and specific frequencies into the person's body. And that was 60 minutes. It was on this program called Immune System. So immediately after that treatment, I looked at her blood, and this is what we saw. It was about 50% of the blood improved. So instead of being stacked up, the red blood cells, you can see them here, they're separate. They actually can exchange CO2 for oxygen now. They can actually get the job done, what they need to be done. Interestingly also, her white blood cells were bigger, and the program she ran was Immune System. The white blood cells here, you can see, are about 2 times the size of the red cells. There's another white blood cell, more in the correct size. Some of the inflammation is gone too. The background doesn't have all that spider web type fibrin in the background. Let me run the video here a little bit. You can see overall the blood is a lot better. I would say it's a good 50% better in terms of the viscosity of the blood. The blood cells are actually moving. They're not all clumped. So essentially what happened is that we increased a lot of negative charge into the blood. And that negative charge helps the cells separate from each other. So they have more of a surface area to get oxygen. And they have a lot more flow and movement of nutrients and energy through her body. And that's what her blood looked like literally 1 hour after the first sample, after she did a 1-hour treatment on Immune System.
An urgent message to
Okay. That was pretty amazing. Yeah. So that's just one example in the blood. Now I want to explain, do you see how he said, how did he call it? The negative charge, or he talked about that in the video. Now I'm going to show you one other, and I'm just going to do a clip. So hopefully I started about the right spot, but they're kind of talking about your DNA cell, and also about, it explains what doing the pink gap with the straps do with your body's voltage, okay? And so it's actually called millivolts, but it shows you, he's gonna talk about it as far as that and about anti-aging. But remember, some of that, we all wanna be young looking and things like that, but it's also very compliant. It has so many more things. So let me share this video with you, and then we'll see, we will see what you think. It'll really bring a lot of discussion, I think. Okay, let's see. Sometimes it won't let me flip it. So let me, I think it's this one. No, this one, no. Where did I move it to? Is this it? No, doctor. Well, here it is. I just found it. Now, do you see a biohacking with frequencies on your screen? Good,
Yes.
it changed with me. It changed with me. Okay, this is where hopefully this is where we need to start.
The stem cell frequency, that's going to be
Stem
one topic
cells.
for tonight, guys. So yes, pure anti-aging with the most, these are future, this is the future of health and well-being, is stem cells and frequencies. And we combine them now in one device.
Absolutely.
This is what we're going to talk about.
Absolutely incredible. Well, you know what? I mean, when we think of biohacking, and biohacking is really how we take ourselves to a whole nother level, how we hack our biology to increase our energy, performance, our health, our whatever aspect of our human existence in terms of our biology. And so on here tonight, we have incredible experts in that space. And I would really love to throw out anti-aging out there, because I think that is ultimately the ultimate biohack, right? Is how do we really slow down the aging process?
I agree.
So let's turn it to you, Doc Steve, and talk about some of the frequencies that we have in Healy and how we can really use them, I guess, really for that anti-aging space.
Well, for me, there are two components of Healy that really sets itself up as being what I call the ultimate anti-aging device. And the first would be, which is the foundation of Healy, which is the microcurrent treatments, which work with the cell membrane potential of the body. And we have a cell membrane potential around all of our cells. And ideally, we'd love to see it as close to negative 70 millivolts as possible, because that is the level of a young, healthy cell. And over time, as we get exposed to stress and we get inflamed and all other things start to get involved in our environment, toxicity, etc., that cell membrane potential voltage starts to drop lower and lower and lower over time as we age. And we can, on a daily basis, return that cell membrane potential back up to that negative 70 millivolts. So to me, it's, we're always able to regenerate the cells and organs of our body on a daily basis. And we all know that every 7 years we virtually create a new body, because none of the cells that are in our body now would be present 7 years from now. And of course, different organs change at different rates, but ultimately every 7 years we do recreate our body. So once we work in a system like microcurrent, like Healy, where we can regenerate young, healthy cells, and then you combine it with a program that allows us, the bioenergetic regeneration program, which gives us the specific frequencies of the various stem cells. And it's like a 1-2 punch in terms of ideal and ultimate anti-aging. So I do both of those on a daily basis, and I will continue to do those probably for the rest of my life. And I really look at that as the way to naturally create anti-aging, because we all know people that spend tens of thousands of dollars and travel to Switzerland and South America to get stem cell injections, and only to have to return a year later to continue to get more stem cell injections. And we have that literally at our fingertips when we own a Healy. So
well, Steve, can you quickly explain for everybody who doesn't really know, what are stem cells doing in the body and what are they for?
Well, they're the primordial cells that regenerate all of our organs, and they go to various places. There's undifferentiated stem cells that allow us to heal. So besides anti-aging, the other benefit of utilizing stem cells is the fact that they regenerate and they heal. So if you have any kind of injury or athletic injury, stem cells will help you heal a lot quicker. And they really are what creates all our organs in our bodies.
Awesome. And Doc, just for everyone, because they're asking in there, which frequencies are the ones that have the stem cell frequencies?
It's a program. It's a new program. I guess it's about 3 months old. It's in the subscription set of the programs. It's called Bioenergetic Revitalization. And in that program set itself are all the specific organs and cells. And again, you can scan it to see which ones your body actually needs, or you can select it based on your own personal choice. But in that whole complete set of those programs, you have everything you need to regenerate all the cells and organs of your body right there.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you.
Wow. Was that interesting? I want to pull up another document. Let's see if I can find it here again. Okay, now I'm going to share
Tammy,
that.
can I ask one question about what he just said?
Mm-hmm.
He said that you have to get your cell membranes back to negative 70 microvolts. But
Yep.
I wasn't clear on how you do that. I know about
running-
the bioenergetic regeneration. I know that about. But is there something else you're supposed to do to get to negative 70 millivolts?
Yep, that's just what I was gonna show you. So let me pull what I
Okay,
was
good, thank you.
up here. And I don't know why this screen doesn't want to pull up what I'm trying to do though. So let me just see if I can do it again. And pull, okay, can you see cell membrane voltage model?
No,
Or
we
not.
see biohacking with frequencies.
Okay. Okay, so let me see, I had it up, so let me, why it's not wanting to pull that screen up, so let me see. So, okay. Okay, it's not that, let's see, it is a photo. Okay, let's try. There we go. Okay. Okay, now I have it up. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your cell membrane voltage model, and how you get the voltage back to the negative 70 millivolts is wearing your pink straps. So it's when you have the pink straps on and you're using the microcurrent. Same with the blood, when they talked about the blood and showed the cells, that was all when you had your microcurrent straps on.
But what program are you supposed to be running?
Well, with the pink straps, no matter what program you're running, you're changing your millivolts. Okay. Now, if you wanted to specifically work on the stem cells, as he was talking about, you're doing the bioenergetic revitalization. But as you saw, when you did the blood sample, he was running the immune. So just wearing the straps helps bring your cell membranes to that negative millivolts. So, and you can see all these different things that takes your cell membrane voltage up higher.
When you say the straps, do you mean those little black things with the buttons?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because the way I understand it, that is the way that you're getting to the physical cells and the physical body. The coil is still working in the information field, and especially its specialty is emotions, but it does other things in that information field as well. And the blue then works on the information field. So when you're actually, the straps are the ones that's helping with the voltage of the cells and doing more of the physical body things. So you can see here, it says the Healy can increase the ATP production by 500%, and that has to do with the your mitochondria of the cell and your energy engine of your cell. It does other things too, but that's one of the big things that the ATP is. Increases amino acid transport by up to 40%, and increases protein synthesis by up to 70%. So the Healy is a pretty amazing thing.
This would be the pink program with the straps on your wrist.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So anytime they talk about microcurrent, that is the pink with the straps, because that is using it, the microcurrents, when it's on the skin that way, it's using microcurrents to distribute those frequencies. And the microcurrents are sent into your body by the Healy, and it energizes your individual cells and energy field. The frequencies are transmitted via the wristbands or the ear electrodes. They use a lot more of the ear electrodes in Europe, but over here, they do more of the wrist bands for some reason. I'm not sure. So I'm going to take that down. And so that's kind of some powerful things, at least that I found. What I could do is give you, if you wanted to listen to the whole video of that, because there's a lot of interesting things in that biohacking video. Obviously, I just played a very small piece of it, but if you wanted to listen to more of that, I could put that in the message field, I think. Are you interested in that, or?
Yes, and likewise
you get
with
it?
the blood video, can you send a
Okay.
link with that too?
I can. So let me, what will be the easiest way? Give me 1 second and I will put that in the chat. So I'll put the chat up and I'm gonna go down.
Or can you just email it to us like you emailed the,
Well, I do, but I don't have several of those ladies on my email
oh, okay,
because they're, yeah, with another
okay,
group.
I understand, yep.
Yeah, but I can, for you as well. Let's see, where I gotta get back to where I'm at. Okay. Okay, so here is, this is the biohacking one, I believe. And then, yeah, that was the biohacking. Then the blood one. I've never had so much trouble finding things until I'm on the, okay, that's not, okay, I will. Okay. Let me just check that one. I think that's the one I want. Okay, so will someone test them quickly for me and make sure that I gave you the right ones? The first one should be the biohacking and the second one should be the blood one. Does someone know how to do that? That they can just check, copy that into their browser and see? If not, reach out to John. I'll get him to John too. I'll get him these 2 links and he can send it out in the next reminder too, or send out an email to you guys if those aren't the right ones.
They worked,
Okay.
both of them worked, yes, they did.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you.
Yep.
And I may still, because that would get to other people that didn't get to see these videos, but I think they're really powerful. I guess say it's the pink straps do some different things. The blue is working on an information field. And remember, 85 to 90% of all physical problems have an emotional root. And that's why the blue and the coil is so powerful, because it helps us with conscious, subconscious, all the different unconscious beliefs, there's subconscious beliefs, all of those different things that are affecting us without us even knowing. And if we don't take care of those things, a lot of times you can't physically heal. And so that's why they're both very important to use in combination. And why I love Healy so much, because we're such complex beings and we all have experience a lot of things in our lives, and they do not get forgotten. They're out there, and we just don't know that they're there. And so that's why sometimes the pink gets lost, I feel like, because it isn't quite as convenient, because you have to wear the straps and things like that. And I just feel that oops, somehow somehow I just don't want that to get lost in the translation of things. So okay, any other testimonials from the week? I did have a particular client that I was running some Blue Emotional, and it was actually a child. And maybe I ran too many. It didn't hurt him by any means, but what I found is he started having some little poopy accidents. And you have to remember that he was emotionally letting go of some things. And so in one hand, it was a good thing, but probably on the other hand, it was not a good thing. Always be talking to who you're running it on and getting feedback and things, because that went ding, ding, ding right away. And I just backed off on that. And I didn't do a lot, but I was obviously he was releasing a lot of things. And so there's no question that it is what it does emotionally. And that Blue.
So, Kimmy, if you're using the resonance analysis in the Blue program, are you saying that it's clearing emotional stuff because it figured out what it was supposed to clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yeah. And I think I'm going to talk to John about in the next few weeks or month. I really want to talk about the Aura program too. How many of you use the Aura program very much?
I haven't used it yet.
I've played with it a little bit, but that's all.
That's another really good, important one, because again, our chakras to our auras, through our aura field, if those aren't opened, you can't even get to the physical body. And so you need to have those opened up in order to even get to the physical body, because you have all the different auras outside till you get to the physical aura. And so that Aura program is powerful. And gosh, if you've ever run it and you read it, some of it can be complicated, and some of it I don't read, all of it you don't need to, but I'll be able to shed a little light on that too. So maybe play around with that Aura program in the coming weeks, and then we'll talk about it more.
Okay.
Anything else before we wrap up our night?
I have a question about the watch. I don't understand the watch. It comes up when I do my resonance all Healy, and I don't know how to use it. Is that only if you have the physical watch?
No, I'm not as up to speed on that as I should be, maybe. But what I can tell you is John was just explaining to me the other day when that comes up that it's really important to run those. So it has to do with like regulating, I don't know if I can even remember or relay it, but regulating like heartbeat and that kind of stuff. But I will have John maybe touch on that next week, because he's more versed on it. But I can truly tell you that it benefits you very much to run it when it comes up. And no, you do not need the watch to run them.
Okay, and it has it has initials DN before and or after, and I don't know. I thought maybe that meant digital nutrition, but that doesn't make any sense.
I think it does actually, but
Okay.
I can tell you that that's not one area I'm super knowledgeable and strong, but I do
Okay.
know that he just told me the other day, if that comes up, you run it, and it was a really important thing to run. So I think it had to do with, like you say, stress and a whole bunch of those different things, but I'll make a note so we talk about that.
Please also ask him about the stimulation programs. It just has 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. I don't know what that means. It means nothing to me.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember if in the Healy manual, I think it explains some of those. And let me see. I don't think I have the newest one printed. Let me just double check. Because I was just dealing with that the other day again, because that came up.
Oh, okay. I should have looked.
No, I'm not even certain, but it seems to me I went into it right on the thing, but I don't have it in this printout, and I think it's in the newer one that I haven't printed out yet. But I will put that on because it's nice to know what you guys are interested in. So I will make those 2 suggestions, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the subcategories had a better description so you knew what, you know.
I think it's because we're in the United States. And they can't make claims. Remember, we're just a TENS unit for pain and inflammation. That's all Healy can claim it does in any outward forum, any kind of literature and documentation. They have to be very careful. So that's a disadvantage for us, but that's why we have some of these private Zoom groups, and that's why we don't put these Zoom recordings out on any kind of forum or Facebook group that anybody public can see, because if we're not exactly compliant, it could cause problems. So just kind of keep that in mind
Okay.
on some of those things. But as we know, with the FDA, it's, how do I say that? They won't recognize a lot of things that, and it's crazy is in Europe, it's recognized as a full medical device, and they can make all those claims, they can all say all those things, just not here. So. But we're just glad we have one.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
we're
can put it to
lucky.
use, and our lives are changed by it. So that's what we have to focus on, and that we have forums like this that we can share this information. And sometimes just our testimonials are more beneficial than anything, because you can say it, but if someone can tell you how they did it and what the results were, it's kind of very helpful. Not that you will always get the same results, but it's just very applicable then for us to kind of use it. So, okay, well, any other things?
Thank you, Tammy.
Yeah, Judy, you've
Thank you,
been
Tammy.
great, all of you. So thank you, and you have a great week using your Healy, and we'll talk again next week.
All right,
Thank you.
take care.
Bye-bye
Thank you.
now.
Bye.
Bye.